A little update on my solar. I managed to buy on Amazon these 4 100-watt panels that I mounted to the rack that I built. I took and ran that set in a series and that set in a series, and then I ran them parallel to my panels up here because they're 24 volt panels. And these are 12 volt panels, so I ran the 2 separate sets in series to bring them up to 24 volt, so it would, stay the same voltage. I'm very happy that I put them in too, because they made a huge improvement. Very, very happy with that setup. And I wired them in with the disconnects, same as all my other stuff. Just got a disconnect there. It basically makes easy connections for all the panels, plus you can kill them at that point so they don't come up here to the house. I also added something else I'm very happy with. A cheap antenna I also got on Amazon for $32. I'm getting like 42 TV stations off of that. It rotates, it's got a remote, it'll pivot and stuff. It's pretty cool, and it was cheap, and it works. Overall, I must say I'm very happy with my off-grid situation. It seems like so far, and I got plenty of wood around here to knock on, I haven't had any bad experiences. Everything seems to be working, well, just as it's advertised. I mean, I've done everything on a budget. Those panels were $108 a piece. The rack, I actually got the material to make the rack from work. It was just scraps from some thing they had, I guess, holding up a planter or something, I don't know. But I was like, hey, I can use that steel, and I brought it home and fixed that up. And most expensive component for my solar was my power inverter. It was a $500 inverter. Everybody says to buy pure SynWave inverters. I went with a modified SynWave because it was cheaper, and it runs everything fine. Like, I don't know if it's recommended to run TVs and stuff like that, but hey, it's working. I ain't had no problems with any of it, so as long as I don't have problems, I'm not going to complain. Got my birds all set up. I just bought a barbed wire electric fence, the poles. My aunt bought me the solar powered fence activator, so it'll all be solar powered. There's my barbed wire and my electric wire. And once I finish getting this cleared out and all that cleared out, then I'm going to get my fence up. I'm going to move Loretta's bin and the other chicken coop there. I'm going to move them over into here, and then I'm going to fence all this off. And then I'm just going to let the birds free range. They can go into their coops as they please, I guess. And then Loretta, she'll have plenty of room to run. I got this here. This is a cell phone signal booster. Out here you can't get no service cell phone wise. You can't get nothing really, so I mounted it on. This is the only place it would work. I've moved this pole about 200 times trying to find a location where I could get a signal, and this is it. It's behind this tree. I'm not even going to cut the tree down because I'm afraid it'll mess up my signal. It's all working. It's staying the way it is. So I buried the line, ran it to the house, I get full signal in my bedroom. I can make calls, internet, whatever. As long as I'm in the bedroom. I go anywhere else in the house though, don't have signal, but hey, at least I got something. It's better than nothing. I built this little shed out of pallet material and then covered it with the T111 to match the house, the tin, scratch and dent special. Really happy with the antenna. That thing's working out really well. Everything I've done so far has worked, from the compost toilet to the 12-volt RV pump to supply the house with water. You know, I see a lot of people with their off-grid situations. They'll have a water jug sitting on the counter, or, you know, makeshift stuff. And if that works for them, it works for them. But I want to try and live as comfortable as possible. Like I'm on grid, but off grid. So, you know, my house is plumbed like a normal house, and my water supply comes from a tote inside of there. I got the rain collection, got the RV pump. The house is plumbed out like a regular house. The water comes through. I got a shower, sinks. So I always keep that around for a little backup water supply, mostly for the birds. But everything's coming along. Got my gate there. Very happy with my life out here. Got Dumb Dog. Biggs, what are you eating? That dog will literally eat anything he finds on the ground. Rocks, sticks, plastic, anything. And he's well fed. I don't understand. Dumb Dog. I got my creek down the hill here. As soon as the weather breaks, because I ain't going into these woods. Every time I do, I get chiggers and ticks and bit all to hell and poison ivy. But as soon as the weather changes, I'm going to cut my path to my creek right here. Say hi, Loretta. Say hi, Loretta. She's in here with her duck friends. That's my baby girl. My quackers. Anybody who says living off grid is hard, I think they might be doing it wrong. Because, I mean, it's a lot of work, but it isn't hard. I mean, anything's hard work, really, if you want it to work, but it's not that hard. My generator is my constant backup. Although, since I added these panels, I don't foresee that thing running very often. I'm getting a lot more amperage and stuff coming into my charge controller. So my battery bank's in here. I currently got 6 Deep Cycle Marine batteries. I'm going to upgrade that. Hopefully next pay I might buy 2 more. It never hurts to have more batteries. That right there, that disconnect, is no longer a disconnect. I took it apart and put fuses in it. Automotive 250, I think 200 or 250 amp fuses. That goes from the battery bank to my power inverter. Those are disconnects. I've mentioned them in other videos. Basically, this one, my generator comes in, goes into just a plug that goes into here, that goes into my panel. I can pull a bar out of here, put it in here, and then I'm on solar. This is just from my solar, and that goes into my panel inside. The house inside's wired, all's 110, you know, standard lighting. I didn't do the 12-volt lighting or anything. The only thing in my house that's powered off of 12 volts, besides the inverter, is the RV pump that supplies my water. Gonna finish my deck this week, hopefully. Gotta get this tree taken down. The good news is if it falls, it's gonna fall across the driveway because there's no way it's gonna fall on the house. It's leaning way too far the other way. But that's gonna be a job, taking that down. Finally got my driveway done. Very pleased with that. My spectacular view that I wake up to every single day. Can't beat that. You go down there about 2 miles, and the people that lived, or not lived, but live up at the top about a mile away, they took a bobcat and cut that down, and they made like a little makeshift beach at the creek. They used to take their kids and stuff down there, but they say it ain't been used in about 20 years. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I cleared some of it out and cut some stuff back. I'm going to clear all the way down to my property line down there eventually and extend my road down there because I plan on building a house back in the corner back there. But until I do, this is my house. Anyway, brief update, what's going on at my little homestead. Peace out.